Good morning, I'm Maiki Oreta, and welcome to Industry Beacon, where we shine a light on the trailblazers, the disruptors, the industry leaders shaping our future. And we're not just talking about success stories here. We're diving deep into their hearts and minds to see what drives them. Now, our guest this morning wears many hats, from entrepreneur to chemist. She's making significant contributions to the agri-livestock and pharmaceutical industries through her leadership in several companies. She's the founder and CEO of Progressive Laboratories, a toll manufacturer for veterinary agriculture and pets, as well as KPP Powers, which imports veterinary products. Her expertise and passion continue to drive innovation and growth in these fields and beyond. With us today to share her insights and more is the enigmatic Pinky Tobiano.
Hi, Maiki. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so happy to have you here. I mean, the Philippines knows you for the many facets. But business is something that we want to focus on.
Yes.
Because we want to get to the core of you and how you got to be you, right? All right, so Pinky, you're a leader in all of the industries that you're in: veterinary, pharmaceuticals, animal health, and toll manufacturing. Can you walk us through the core focus of Progressive Laboratories and KPP Powers?
Okay, Progressive Laboratories is basically a toll manufacturing company where we make agriculture products, pet products for other companies, for multinationals. It's really a dream. Ever since I was 5 years old, I said someday I'm going to make the medicines that animals will be using. So I studied chemistry, and here I am, making medicines for the top brands.
You're living that dream to a crazy degree. Your family was in the poultry supply business for 5 decades. What made you decide to get into this aspect of the agriculture business?
Well, I guess ever since I was young, it was my dream, because I would be in the store helping my parents. And I guess agriculture has always been part of my DNA. And I want to be a chemist. I want to make medicines. It was my vision and mission maybe since I was 5. So I worked so hard for this dream.
So the lanes were clearly defined. You knew exactly what you wanted to take up in school. You knew exactly the courses to take. Talk to us about the education that brought you to where you are now.
Well, I studied chemistry in University of Santo Tomas. Then I got further studies in Harvard Business School about business and managing, because there are some things you really need to learn from school. Mm-hmm. So I guess that's it.
Yeah, and learn and grow as an entrepreneur. Now, speaking of that journey, you also started a company called Qualibet Testing, Pinky. And some time ago, during the pandemic, a French firm, Bureau Veritas, a world leader in laboratory testing and inspection and certification, acquired a majority 51% stake in this firm. How have things been since?
Well, since it's now a global partnership. First, it wasn't easy because I was so used in calling the shots. Now, I have to take a back seat, allow them to be able to do things how the multinational way does it. Second, I'm not used to being audited how I spend things. Now, everything is very transparent, but it's a good learning. Mm-hmm. Since I said someday I also want to be as big as them. So audit is now in place. They also put records. And now I see the company slowly growing, doing it in a professional manner. It's not easy. Like, I used to meet my team, tell them what to do. Now I just observe them in like an aquarium, and I just am being updated of monthly sales.
Okay, that's especially interesting, because I know that you plan to take your companies public. You've got about maybe 5-10 year horizon, Pinky, and this process, all that professionalization and outsiders looking in, it's helping you prepare for that time when you take your companies public. Talk to us about at what stage you are in the process of eventually listing.
Actually, now we're still in the birthing pains. We just started our family constitution, because I believe when the two my daughters already joined the company. One is married, Pian is already married, and they have their own priorities now, not like before. Mommy can tell me, hey, you come to here. They have their own opinions. My youngest daughter also joined the company. So my first objective is to keep the family harmony. I think that's the very important key factor for a family's harmony. Second is we should know what is the expectation of each of my children, my expectation, their expectation of me as well. So with this, we are in the process of the family constitution. Eventually, we already have roadmaps of growth. With my son-in-law joining the company and Juancho as our managing director, I'm very, very positive that with this growth in 10 years, hopefully we can go public and to share a piece of Pinky into the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talking about those expectations, 5 to 10 years you plan on going public. What's your vision for the company? Where do you see Progressive Laboratories and KPP Powers 5-10 years from now?
We're leading in the field of agriculture and into the retail space. And not only in the retail, but in the social digitalization. I guess now what is important is to be able to bring agriculture into this different paradigm. So now I'm really encouraging my kids, we have to see, because we are now into the B2B. Mm-hmm. So now we're engaging slowly into the B2C. And now to be able to use the digital market like TikTok and Facebook to be able to market products into this different landscape. It's not yet a tested formula for the agriculture, but I believe digitalization is a way to go for business commerce soon in agriculture.
And in true Pinky fashion, you rise to the top of everything that you're doing. Speaking of digitalization and branching out, you are also a social media influencer with over 4 million subscribers on Instagram alone. Talk to us about how your foray as an influencer is fortifying, strengthening the core businesses that you're in.
I guess being a social media influencer has also changed the outlook of clients in our business, because now you begin to be more relatable and they see a side of you they've never seen. In my social media, Maiki, I like to spread energy, positivity, like when you see it, fight, pasok buenas. I guess I like to share a part of me who's always very positive, seeing the nice part of life, even though sometimes it's painful inside. So I guess through social media, you can relate to your clients. Through social media, you can also exude and give values that you would like to share to other people.
Mm-hmm. How has it helped you grow the businesses?
Well, I guess it has helped you grow the business because now you're more relevant and you also give
and top of mind.
Top of mind, of course, because I guess in agriculture, not so much ladies are into social media. Like they say sometimes, my kids are very social media shy. They're so private and wancho. My kids will say, "Mom, you're so kapal your mukha. Aren't you shy doing this?" But I enjoy it. So it should take a certain personality if you really want to do it. Even you force people, I'll tell my sales team, "Hey, you have to be," but you cannot force. It should come inside.
Well, you're leading the way and you're showing them by example. Okay, so Pinky, going back to the business, the French firm Bureau Veritas, they acquired 51% stake in your Qualibet. What sort of global alliances has this given you? How much has it helped your core businesses, Progressive Laboratories and KPP Powers, given that you're aligned with this top French firm?
As for now, being aligned with them, we're still in the marrying stage. So it's in the marrying stage. We're still trying to adjust and test the waters because we were acquired during the pandemic. So everything was standstill. Now we're trying to fill in the culture. We're already getting in there. So for alliance and network, of course, you gain more network because Bureau Veritas is a certifying body. We certify for ISO, we certify for roads and constructions, power plants. So it gives you a niche. But as of any marriage, it's still the adjustment stage.
Mm-hmm. Interesting how you put that. Okay, now talking about the agriculture industry by and large, how would you describe the current state of this industry? And I would say maybe the biggest problems in this industry, and correct me if I'm wrong, African swine fever and avian influenza. Talk to us about the industry, the agriculture industry, and the biggest challenges.
Okay, in the agriculture industry, I'd like to commend our Department of Agriculture under Secretary Laurel. He's doing a good job. They're really trying to maintain like the food security of the country. ASF, or African swine fever, is truly the #1 problem now of swine, and we are trying to find ways to be able to help the country. Like through KPP Powers, we have the vaccine. It's not an easy task having the vaccine, but one thing advantage about the vaccine, it is already proven in the country of origin. It also has a certificate of product registration from the country of origin. So when we brought it in, it is already a tested product in Vietnam, and we also undergone all the necessary tests, scientific, all the clinical trials. So hopefully, with the blessings of God and also our government sectors and the private sectors, we would slowly be able to roll out the vaccine successfully. And this will really help the food sustainability of the country. We already rolled out in Lobo, Batangas. The government did. And I believe it did very well. Hopefully, it will be on a more massive scale.
Okay, hold that thought. We'll continue this discussion after the break. Industry Beacon will be right back.
Simulan na natin ang agenda. Hindi kinagat ni Vice President Sara Duterte ang panawagan na magbitiw na lang siya sa pwesto. Patuloy ang paghihikayat sa mga Pinoy sa Lebanon na i-avail na ang Voluntary Repatriation Program.
Do you think it was fair to have mentioned na may sinasabing may isang ex-PNP chief without dagdag na impormasyon tungkol doon?
Very unfair yun.
Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
Good morning, everyone! Let's begin your morning with these people that gives you the hottest information with excitement, positivity, and fun to start your day. Join Paulo Del Rosario and Asis Carrillo and Monique Tuzon.
Let's kick things off with some good vibes.
It's time to wake up and make this day amazing.
For more happy moments only here.
It's a beautiful day. 7 a.m. on BNC, the Billionario News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching Industry Beacon here on BNC as we continue our discussion with Pinky Tobiano of Progressive Laboratories. So, Pinky, before the break, we were talking about the biggest threats to the agriculture industry in the Philippines. That is African swine flu and avian influenza. How big of a problem are these two viruses?
I guess these two viruses have significantly affected the livelihood of a lot of local farmers, from pigs to chicken farmers. And we really hope that we will be able to address this issue. But as I said to you, Maiki, the Department of Agriculture is really doing a good job. They're really trying their best to be able to address this together with the private stakeholders.
And as I understand, you're importing a vaccine from Vietnam.
Yes.
In the news reports, nearly 500,000 doses of this vaccine is going to be deployed by mid-October. How is it going to help the industry? How is it going to help food security? How is it going to help the farmers and the agriculture industry and in turn, the Philippine economy?
Okay, first, it's, I believe with this vaccine, but the schedule of rollout is depending on the Department of Agriculture. If we will be able to deploy the vaccine, definitely it will help save a lot of Filipino farmers. Food sustainability will be up. Planting corn farmers will also have jobs. Slaughterhouses will have jobs, and it will be a better economy for the Philippine livestock industry.
At present, what's the mortality rate of African swine fever?
So in 72 hours, if a pig gets infected, it dies. So it's really very deadly. And now the DA and the BAI has really put stringent biosecurity measures, and they even have checkpoints to make sure that the infected meat doesn't go out and spread to more livestock.
And what's the efficacy rate of the vaccines that you're bringing in from Vietnam?
It's 92%.
92%. All right,
that's better than nothing, right?
Absolutely.
So if you're a pig farmer, if you didn't vaccinate, you only had two chances: either it lives and die. If you inject, you vaccinate, at least you have this window of peace of mind. But still, I just would like to share, Maiki, the vaccine is very scientific and evidence-based. So our company, our team did all the clinical and farm trials together with the BAI. And the vaccine was also evaluated by the Food and Drug Authority.
Yeah, and talk to us how amazing vaccines are. Not only for the farmers, banks love them too because of the risks,
Yes,
right? The risks
that's true.
to the loans. Talk to us about that, Pinky.
Well, I guess recently we had a meeting with Land Bank, and they asked us what is the status of the vaccine. And the banks, like Land Bank, the president of Land Bank, she was very excited because the risk factor would significantly be reduced, and the banks will be more confident in giving loans, agricultural loans, to backyard farmers or to commercial farms.
Yeah.
Because as of now, without the vaccine, they are still holding back on giving loans, extending loans, but with the vaccine, the risk factor will be lowered and they will be more confident.
Just in time, lower interest rates.
Yes, they also
lower
told
interest
us.
rates, so it's going to be great for a great opportunity for people to borrow now that they have this vaccine for the swine. This is important because it's a threat to food security as well. And when prices go up because of the mortality rate of the swine, then prices go up as well. And inflation, it's another animal.
Yes, I think one of the positive aspects is that now the banks will be more confident in giving out loans, agricultural loans, to swine and commercial farms at a better interest rate because the risk factor would significantly be lowered.
Yeah, great news, Pinky. Now, Pinky, you've been in the agriculture business for over 30 years.
All my life.
Yeah, all your life. Talk to us about the growth opportunities in this space.
Well, I believe as long as you eat, Maiki, you eat pork, you eat chicken, you eat fish, the business will always be there.
Mm-hmm. Trends shaping this industry.
So trends now shifting, but I guess now trends will still depend if we can solve the problem of ASF and AI. Probiotics will soon be coming in as long as we have enough population of swine and poultry. As of now, all the pig farmers, if you talk to them, their main problem is ASF. For poultry farmers, layer breeders, all they're thinking is about AI. So I guess this is the current challenge globally.
Mm-hmm. Now, speaking of challenges, Pinky, you are a leader, a female leader in a male-dominated industry. In the space that you're in, it's about 90% male. What were the biggest challenges you face as a female in this specific industry?
Well, the first challenge I really face is because when you're a female in a male-dominated industry, there is a sense of male entitlement. They know they're better, but of course, they can do a lot more things in the farm, but now they treat women equally with much respect, with grace and grit. Mm-hmm. So I think I like it.
All right. Well, you're shining in it, Pinky, so you're doing something right. Now, what's next for you, Pinky? What are your plans?
My plans is, with my children now, what makes me very, very optimistic is we plan to build a lot of things for the company. We are also helping a lot of SMEs through Progressive Laboratories. We are engaging young Filipinos or women or men who would like to start their small businesses by being their own boss so we can make their own pet products.
Yeah, as a toll manufacturer,
Yes.
You're paving the way for a lot of SMEs in this to come
Yes.
into this space. Okay, so Pinky, any plans for you to run for public office, perhaps, with the breadth of experience that you've had
Public
in this industry?
office, my family don't like, but if given the opportunity and the right timing, why not? If I can inspire and serve more people, it will be an honor to serve our country. But for now, no plans.
All right. Now, Pinky, what advice can you give to the people out there that want to succeed in the agriculture industry as you have?
Well, as what I'm facing now, like I with this ASF vaccine, it was not a walk in the park. It was this I can really say I have proven to be very resilient. You have to rise up every time you fall, but you have to rise up with grace and learn how to listen to advice of people around you. Some may mean well, some may not mean well, but it's really discernment.
Mm-hmm. Now, and as you plan on taking the companies public,
Someday, not now.
Yeah, someday.
My kids may be shocked now listening to me.
You're setting the groundwork for that.
I'm really setting the ground. I really dream of taking one progressive group public someday.
Okay, all right. One last question, a fun question. If you could create a dream product to fix the problems in this industry, unlimited resources, what would that dream product be?
I'd like to make a vaccine to cure all animals, even for my parrots, right? So I guess that will be a dream.
All right, well, as they say, health is wealth.
Truly.
All right, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Maiki,
Pinky,
for having me.
And that's it for today's show. I'm Maiki Oreta. Catch the Billionario News Channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Cignal Channel 24. Thanks for watching the Billionario News Channel, always on top.
OpenAI has launched a new series of bots built to answer really tough questions. AI models are designed to spend more time processing problems before spitting out an answer. First reported by Reuters, the new products are capable of reasoning through complex tasks. OpenAI says that makes them better able to solve challenging problems in science, coding and math. Known within the firm as Strawberry, they've officially been branded as O1 and O1 Mini. The O1 version